Welcome everyone to today's workshop on how to launch your business with customer-focused marketing, brought to you by Grow with Google. My name is Matt Williams, and I'm the Business Services Specialist at the Addison Public Library, and I'm going to be leading today's workshop. As you have probably seen, this workshop is being recorded, and the recording will be shared out with any person who registered for the program, but will also be posted to the library's YouTube channel. I will ask that if anyone in attendance, if you have any questions, please feel free to use the Q&A function. At the end of the content of the workshop, I will stop the recording and go through the Q&A with you all. But thank you again for joining us this afternoon for this Lunch and Learn. So let's get started. So in this workshop, we're going to talk about the basics of customer-focused marketing to help you launch your successful business. So in today's workshop, you'll learn why marketing is so important. We'll introduce the marketing funnel and the customer journey and explain how your marketing can influence who does business with you. You'll learn how to reach prospective customers and build awareness of your brand, as well as how to engage your customers during their decision process to influence their consideration. You'll also learn the methods of conversion and how to build a customer loyalty base and encourage brand advocacy. So let's talk about how the marketing funnel and the customer journey work together. So great marketers don't make stuff, they make meaning. And this is a very inspirational quote. This quote is by marketing guru Seth Godin, and it gets to the heart of what marketing actually is. The job of marketing is to make your products and overall brand meaningful for customers. That's what creates a customer base that is loyal to your brand, choosing your products over others. But how does this begin? So let's meet Shalyn Thomas and Sharika Winter, the founders of a business called TW Tote. Shalon couldn't find a professional way to carry his lunch to work. He tried a paper bag, a plastic bag, and even a Velcro mailing bag, but none of these really reflected his style. He looked for a professional lunch bag online and couldn't find anything he liked at a reasonable price. So he decided to take matters into his own hands, and thus TW Tote was born. So like most new entrepreneurs, Shalon and Sharika started out with a passion and a great idea. They had design and engineering skills and could build a product people wanted, but they didn't know much about marketing. So many of their decisions were based on gut instinct. Now that's a great start. They identified and created a product that met a real need. But Shalon and Sharika didn't know how to make their product meaningful for their customers. So they soon realized they needed to get great at marketing too. They needed to establish a brand that would reach more customers, sell more products, and most importantly, build loyalty. So at its core, marketing is an ongoing effort to create meaning for customers. It answers questions like, why should customers buy from your company? What's in it for them? What makes your product, service, or company great? Why should they listen to your advice? And then what's your backstory? Storytelling helps impart meaning to your products and to your brand. It can connect customers with your business on an emotional level. When customers buy from you, you want them to feel good about their purchase. Your marketing should be about building relationships, developing trust and credibility so that your customers want to buy from you again and again and again. Staying in touch throughout the customer journey will help them think of you first. So it's useful to think of marketing as a funnel, a process to take people who are unfamiliar with your product or service and turn them into paying customers. Overall, a main goal of the marketing funnel is to help a business accomplish their goals. whether it be for profit, revenue, new customers, or something else important to your business. The first benefit of this framework is that it considers the customer journey. Instead of trying random marketing strategies or sticking with a plan that focuses only on sales, the marketing funnel encourages you to consider the experience of the buyer and what they have with the brand. The customer journey is the sum of experiences consumers go through when interacting with your brand. Awareness is the first phase. When a potential customer discovers you, maybe through word of mouth, a Google search, an ad you've done, social media, etc. Next, they move to the consideration phase. This is when consumers weigh whether they'll buy from you or from your competitor, whether they'll buy your type of product or something similar, or whether they'll buy it at all. If a consumer decides to become your customer, they move into the conversion phase. Now, they may buy one thing or many things over a lifetime through this phase. Now, which brings me to the final phase, which is loyalty. Now, this is when customers are so thrilled with their experience that they turn to your brand first and recommend it to others. So your job as a marketer is to influence customers at every phase of the customer journey. At the awareness phase, your marketing is focusing on reaching out to customers where they are so they become aware of your brand. During the consideration phase, your marketing is about engaging potential customers by answering questions and building relationships. In the conversion phase, your marketing is about influencing your leads, converting them into paying customers. And lastly, sustaining contact with customers who had a good experience can build loyalty and then turn them into brand advocates for you. At every phase of the customer journey, you'll have the opportunity to persuade them to help them move forward. The better the marketing, the greater the influence, and the longer the journey. So let's talk about the first phase and how you reach prospective customers and build awareness for your brand. So the customer journey may begin when someone needs something, and most likely they'll turn to Google to do a Google search. Awareness can also be triggered through word of mouth, advertising, a trade show, marketing, or other types of communication. No matter how your customer finds you, they'll likely continue their research by searching for your business online. To reach prospective customers, you first need to understand who they are so you know how to reach them. Start by identifying who needs your product. Then build a brand that sparks their interest. Once you've defined your ideal market and built a solid brand, get your business online. So let's talk about each of these concepts in more detail. So when it comes to identifying your customers, it's good to think about whose problems you want to solve. Who will want the product and brand experience you'll create? Understanding exactly who your prospective customer is will guide your marketing. Now, your brand and your product may be useful to just about anybody, but if you focus on your most likely customers, you'll spread your message and money too thin. So that's where market segmentation comes into play. It helps narrow in on your target demographic. You'll start with a demographic segmentation, which includes things like age, gender, ethnicity, religion, income, and education level. You'll also want to know about their interests, values, personality, and lifestyle. So all of those are called the psychographics. Now, geographics are location-based information, like what size and density of the region or neighborhood they live in, what language they speak, and even the climate where they live. Lastly, behavioral segmentation involves using the frequency of your customers' purchases, like usage of your product and level of loyalty. Customer personas represent a group of similar people in a desirable audience. They are fictional users whose goals and characteristics represents the needs of a larger group of users. Customer personas can help you focus on creating marketing materials for the people who are most likely to buy your product or service. Naming them and associating a photo are common marketing practices. Consider this customer persona, Metro Michaela. In her mid-30s, female, single, and lives alone in a large city. She's college educated and has a mid-level management job in the fashion industry. Michaela likes to have friends over to cook and drink wine. She dreams of traveling, but spends most of her time in the city, shopping at local boutiques and farmers markets. So how would you market a product to Metro Michaela? Think about how you would influence Michaela along the customer journey. What channels would you use to reach her? What type of imagery, words, or tone of voice would appeal to her? What types of product attributes would be most important to her? So once you've identified your customers, it's time to create a brand that appeals to them. Now, branding is more than just choosing a logo you like. A good brand identity connects emotionally to your prospective customers. Your logo design and brand colors will convey certain feelings and even inspire certain actions. Graphic elements communicate values and interests and should represent what your prospective customers aspire to. Your brand messaging, tone, and voice do the same, helping you to communicate what your brand is about, how it relates to them, and how it aligns with your values. These shared values and ideals create the basis of your brand. Before you choose a logo or colors, you need to define your values and ideals. TW Tote positions itself as a luxury but approachable brand. They wanted their product to be accessible while meeting their standards of quality and style. They use these characteristics to describe who they are, what they want to be, and how they want to be perceived. These values can be written into a brand positioning statement that establishes the foundation for your marketing efforts. Your brand positioning statement is your North Star. It's your guiding principle and can be used externally in your marketing. It should include the customers you serve, which is your audience, what you offer and how it addresses your customers' needs, how you're the best at what you do, and what differentiates you from your competition. This is also known as your unique value proposition. And then it also includes your brand promise or mission. Brand positioning statements need to be brief, clear, and memorable. Good branding creates a cohesive, powerful experience for your customers, and it begins here. So here's a template that you can use for your brand positioning statement. As you can see, the words in blue are placeholders. You will replace the 5 placeholders with words that apply to your brand, including the audience, the customer challenge or need, your company name, your product or service, and why it's different. And then lastly, a brand promise or mission. So in the case of TW Tote, the audience is working professionals. The customer challenge or need is a stylish and functional lunch bag. The company name is TW Tote. Your product or service and why it's different is fashionable, insulated, vegan leather totes. And a brand promise or mission is everyone deserves a luxurious and functional lunch bag the entire family can use. So now let's put that all into a branding statement. For working professionals who need a stylish and functional lunch bag, TW Tote provides fashionable, insulated, vegan leather totes because everyone deserves a luxurious and functional lunch bag the entire family can use. So once you've defined your prospective customers and designed a brand that speaks to them, it's time to get your business online. You may find an audience through existing platforms like social media sites, seller platforms like Etsy, or a directory site, often made for specific professions like accountants or plumbers. Now, these existing platforms can help you reach specific customers, but using them is like renting an office. You don't own the space, you lease it. That means the owner can change the space, raise the rent, or even go out of business and leave you in a lurch. If you build your brand's presence only on lease platforms, you risk the chance of your sole connection to your customers being wiped out with the whim of the platform. So lease platforms should only be used as a supplement to your own website. So building your website ensures you own your online property. You have full control over its content and how it behaves. You can also grow and customize it as your business grows. Also on your website can be optimized for search engines, helping people find you. So Google also offers a way to get your business online by creating a free business profile. The business profile displays critical business information to searchers across Google Search and Maps, and it optimizes it for different devices. This doesn't replace a website, but it can help you stand out in search results and drive potential customers to your site. Creating a business profile helps you control the details Google displays, such as your business hours, contact information, store locations, photos, videos, and more. There are also built-in marketing features to communicate with your customers throughout the customer journey. You can find out more by visiting google.com/business. So once consumers discover your brand, some move into the next phase of the customer journey, which is consideration. Now, here you can guide your customers through the process of evaluating your brand, engaging and influencing them to learn more about you. So during the consideration phase, customers are deciding whether or not they want to do business with you. They're evaluating your business compared to other choices and gathering information to help them decide what or if to buy. Your marketing strategy is to provide answers to their questions and other details to help them in their evaluation. So engaging your customers during the consideration phase is crucial. Learn about their needs and wants by listening to them, asking questions, and having meaningful conversations. Spend time communicating and delivering valuable information and content to your customers. Your goal during this phase is to build interest and desire in your customers, so they want to develop a deeper and longer relationship with your brand. To learn more about your customers, listen and don't make assumptions. During their pain points, the better you understand those needs, the better you can create solutions and communicate them out to the public. Shaylin and Sharika at TW Totes discovered that their customers loved their lunch bags, but also needed different types of totes for a variety of uses. So you can address this challenge, the challenges of your potential customers, and have your particular industry product or with your brand specifically. Analyzing what your customers are searching for online will give you insight into what they want and need. By listening and learning, you can find how to best serve your customers through your products and your content. You can use Google search to help find out what your customers may be looking for. Often it's for solutions to their problems. How does your prospective customer search? What terms do they use that can connect them to your product or brand? Searches by TW Totes customers might be around fashionable work bags or style tips. These search terms become the keywords and the key phrases that should be used regularly throughout your marketing. Most small businesses should have at least 5 or up to 30 keywords or phrases they know their customers use to search for their type of product or expertise. Whether you're entering a search query or whenever you're entering a search query, you'll see a list of related searches at the bottom of the search results page. That is what is highlighted on the slide. TW Tote could type professional lunch bag into the Google search bar and see what related searches come up. Those may be good words or phrases to use in your marketing as well. A free tool called Google Trends can also help you find keywords and ideas for new content. Google Trends will show you the relative popularity of different search terms on Google. If it has enough data, Trends can show a forecast of search volumes and searches experiencing significant growth. You can use it to find and compare the popularity of different words and phrases, determine seasonality of different searches, and see where searches happen geographically. You can also use it to discover related search topics and queries. All of this information can help you see what topics people are interested in and create relevant content to publish on your site or social media. So once you know what your customers are looking for, it's time to give them what they want. The shift from listening to communicating begins when you share content that educates and inspires them. Your customers most likely don't know half of what you know about your industry, or even less about your specific brand and products. So what can you teach them? What can you demonstrate or instruct them in? How can you help them, inspire them, and provide resources? Engage with customers by giving them valuable information that provides your credible source of information about your industry. Content that builds trust by sharing your expertise, and content that's relatable and likable. This type of communication isn't about promoting your products specifically. It's about offering information that helps them with their research, essentially trading value for their attention. You can share content like words, photos, and videos through many different channels. You don't have to be on all of them, but you do have the opportunity to reach different audiences in different ways through different channels. Think of each of these channels as a means to share your content, to grab their attention in the place where your customer likes to spend time and learn. TW Tote has a YouTube channel with a commercial style videos talking about their product features. They also showcase special offers on social media and their blog. There are a lot of choices. Choosing channels based on where your customers spend time and what best delivers their content you're sharing. Ultimately, you want to drive traffic back to your website and share content directly to your website. If you have a business profile on Google, you can use the post features to share content that links back to your website. For more information, you can go to google.com/business. Whatever you can dream up that's interesting, entertaining, and educational to your prospective customers, stuff that's useful to them and not necessarily about you, will engage them on these channels and help them evaluate you further. I know that all of this sounds like a lot, but just remember that you're sharing this content to attract them to your site and trade the value you provide for their attention. So no one wants to feel like they're being sold to. So that's what scares so many businesses away from marketing. But as long as your marketing is customer focused and appropriate at each phase of the journey, you'll actually be sharing more and not selling. Provide opportunities for your customers to evaluate your brand and products through your content. One page on TW Tote's website describes how their products are made and what makes them special. You can do this with an FAQ page on your website or a comparison spec sheet to understand your different packages. Create demo videos and educational webinars that help your customers evaluate your brand. Sampling and free trials are also ways to help customers decide whether or not to buy. Encourage people to sign up for your email list. Through email, you can segment your audience and send personalized communication that continues nurturing your customer relationship during the consideration phase and lead to the conversion for those who are ready. Communicating in this way with your prospective customers helps you develop a relationship built on trust, credibility, and likability. These are things that you earn by putting in the work we've talked about so far. Beyond sharing great content, you also need to spend time solving their problems, even the ones that come up before they become a paying customer. You can influence their consideration by having conversations, answering questions, and helping your customers evaluate you. Marketing during the consideration phase can be long and takes a lot of patience. But having a consistent content strategy and dedication to engaging your customers through a variety of channels will solidify a relationship that lasts. So let's look at another real world business to help us understand the third and fourth phases of the customer journey. So meet Tracy and Danny, the mother-daughter team behind Wicked Good Cupcakes. In 2010, they took cake decorating classes. Their passion became a business, and their first store opened in October of 2011. As their reputation grew, they received hundreds of shipping requests, but they couldn't find a way to ship cupcakes and have them arrive fresh and intact. That's when they came up with the big idea: cupcakes in a mason jar. By filling jars with layers of cake, frosting, and filling, the cupcakes stay fresh for 10 days without refrigeration and can be shipped easily. News spread, and in April of 2013, Tracy and Danny debuted their product on ABC's Shark Tank in front of 10 million TV viewers. Wicked Good Cupcakes became the go-to site to buy unique baked goods online. With an appearance on a popular TV show, Wicked Good Cupcakes had achieved brand awareness and were actively engaging with their customers. Their next step was to focus on increasing purchases and turning customers into brand loyal advocates. It was time for Tracy and Danny to do more marketing focus on their conversion and the loyalty phases of their customer journey. They needed to learn more about their customers so they could better convert them. They needed to identify opportunities to improve their website and ways to make their entire experience, especially the checkout process, more efficient. They also needed to give their customers reasons to come back to the website, share their experience with others, and eventually become brand advocates. With the help of Wicked Good Cupcakes, we're going to talk about the last two phases of the customer journey and how your marketing can help convert more customers during the conversion phase and turn them into brand loyal customers during the loyalty phase. So let's start with the conversion phase. Once your marketing has addressed the awareness and consideration phases of the customer journey, you should have some leads who have become prospects and are ready to become paying customers. So in this phase, your job as a marketer is to influence these leads and prospects to become paying customers, a process which is called conversion. So to convert customers, you need to figure out which leads are most likely to become customers and focus your marketing efforts on them. To do this, you'll need to identify the key customer actions that lead to conversion. Then share the right marketing messages and timely call to action to encourage the purchase with those ready customers. Finally, you'll convert more customers when you streamline the purchase process and make it easy as possible for them. So we'll go over all of this in more detail. So how do you know where customers are in their journey? You look at their actions. So certain actions signal that they are more likely to convert. These key actions may vary depending on your business, but some common ones are signing up for your email list, submitting a form like a request to quote, downloading content like a product brochure or watching a video, signing up for a trial or demo account, downloading your app if you have one, calling you or emailing you to schedule a consultation, or placing a product in their online shopping cart but leaving the site before making the purchase. It's important to remember these key actions won't all be online. For Wicked Good Cupcakes, a key action could be visits to their cupcake truck offering samples. When Wicked Good Cupcakes looked into customer actions, they saw that some website visitors were placing items in their shopping cart but not completing their purchase. That action signaled a higher interest level than just visiting the website. They identified these visitors and then sent their coupons, giving them the nudge to buy. Think about your business. When a customer's actions can help identify people who might be ready to become customers. So once you've identified customers ready to make a purchase, it's time to share content and calls to action designed to convert. As I mentioned earlier, Wicked Good Cupcakes sent coupons to people who abandoned their shopping carts. Your conversion efforts could include a discount or a special deal like a buy one, get one, or an exclusive offer with a more of a VIP feel. You could also send an invitation to a special content like a webinar or event, or include customer testimonials that share more about your brand or your product. Think about what else you could offer as a value add service, like a free shipping or a free trial or a free tutorial with a specialist. Present these value adds in a way that sounds compelling and time sensitive. Good copywriting will go a long way in creating a persuasive call to action. You'll also need to decide where you're going to share this content with the audience you've identified as ready to convert. Consider marketing and advertising channels that let you reach this curated audience. You can use your email marketing platform as well as a digital advertising platform like Google Ads. There are a lot of elements that go into conversion, but one of the easiest ways to convert customers is to make the purchase process as simple as possible. You can create a hassle-free online checkout experience by reducing the number of steps, offering guest checkout as opposed to requiring sign-up, providing value-added services or benefits with the purchase, or ensuring they feel great about what they're buying. When Wicked Good Cupcakes wanted to make it faster and easier for customers to complete their purchase, they reduced the total number of checkout steps. They also continuously test other checkout options and tweak the process based on the results. For example, they added an option for customers purchasing cupcakes as a gift to record a personalized video that would be sent via email to the recipient. They also used Google Analytics to see how those changes affected their sales and made the necessary adjustments as the data came in. Ultimately, conversion works best when you're created a stellar experience at every touch point throughout the customer journey. So we've talked about what you should do to convert customers. Now let's look at a tool that can help you accomplish it. So Google Analytics is a no-cost tool that can help you identify key customer actions that help you on your website. It's one of the most popular website analytic platforms available. It allows you to track the customer journey on your website and app if you have one. Google Analytics will help you discover important information about your website visitors, like how do people find your website? What do customers interact with when they find you online? What demographic groups visit your site the most? What channel drives the most traffic? And what channels and actions drive the most conversion? Google Analytics can also help you do better marketing throughout the entire customer journey. Specific to the conversion phase, Google Analytics provides insights into the actions impacting your conversion. It helps you identify customers ready to convert and lets you analyze your conversion process so you can get more people to complete the actions important to your business. To learn more about Google Analytics, you can go to g.co/analytics. Another Google tool that can help you use that you can use for driving conversion is Google Ads. One of the advantages of digital advertising is the ability to deliver specific content to specific groups of people. This lets you show ads to the right people at the right time, making it more likely that they'll convert into paying customers. For example, you can use Google Ads to put sales messages and incentives in front of people searching for your products like yours. Ads can appear on Google search results and many other websites like YouTube. There are many formats available, like text ads, image ads, shopping ads, and video ads, just to name a few. There are also special types of campaigns that you can do. One you may recognize, even if you've never heard of it, is called remarketing. In these campaigns, your ads can appear to potential customers after he or she visits your site. When you connect your Google Ads and Google Analytic accounts, you're able to create ads directly from your analytics data and learn more about the impact of your ad campaigns. To learn more about Google Ads, you can visit ads.google.com. So now let's head into the final phase of the customer journey, which is loyalty. As in other phases, you can influence your customers' actions through focused marketing that sustains loyalty and encourages them to recommend you to others. By giving your customers more to consume and make their experience and making their experiences great, you can sustain their business and earn their loyalty. Loyal customers think about your brand over all others. This will help encourage them to promote your brand and products to people they know, helping you reach new customers. Have you ever been an advocate for a business you love? So let us know in the chat if you have a brand that you are loyal to. So all customers are not created equal. A customer who stays interested and engaged with your brand and continues shopping with you has a lot of value to your business. So how do you create more of these types of customers? You do it by providing more value to them. You might do this through consistently excellent customer service, offering new products, as well as different programs and incentives. Ultimately, you want to keep your customers happy, engaged, and buying from you. Happy customers will often naturally tell others about their experience, but you can also nudge them to do this with more of a focused marketing. You can identify customers who are ready for this phase based on their conversions, how long they have been a customer of yours, and if they speak out on social channels about your brand. Building this type of customer loyalty can be done a number of ways and relies on the entire customer experience being stellar up to this point. If they didn't have a good checkout experience, had trouble with a product, or didn't get the help they needed, or felt ignored and unsatisfied with their experience and interactions, it can be hard to turn them into brand loyal advocates. At this phase, you want to focus on deepening your relationship with your customers. You want to get to know them. Let them get to know you. and keep them happy and engaged. You can do this by staying in touch through whatever channels make sense for your business. Share content that's valuable to your paying customers, like product tutorials, video guides, and new product launch info. You, Providing top-notch customer service will positively impact customer loyalty. Think about these questions. Do they get the help that they need? Are they providing all the answers to their questions? Do they feel great about their purchase and interaction with your brand? If you don't know how to answer these questions, it's time to get some feedback. Asking your customers how you're doing and what you can do to do better is highly valuable information for you and will help them know their opinion matters. It will help you to continually improve your offerings, services, and overall brand, which will also help build customer loyalty because they know that you're listening to them and that you care. Lastly, think about how you can delight your customers in unexpected ways to further deepening your relationship and differentiate from your competitors. Loyalty programs and incentives will help you sustain the customer loyalty you've built by helping them feel special. You could create a loyalty program based on VIP status and exclusivity, something that offers special product sneak peeks or videos to help them understand your products better. Your program could also offer special discounts or perks like occasional coupons or point rewards systems. Personalization will go a long way. So you may also want to consider things like sending personalized notes with purchases or special offers on birthdays or anniversaries. Once your customer feels taken care of, even delighted, they'll be more open and encouraged to recommend your brand to people they know. This is so powerful because your current customers most likely associate with people within the same target market, making their friends and connections your next best customers. In fact, 92% of consumers trust word of mouth recommendations over other types of marketing, and customers referred by other customers have 37% higher retention rate. These are important reasons to not just focus on sustaining loyalty, but encouraging advocacy. Happy customers will naturally spread positive word of mouth. Of course, the opposite is also true, which is why you want to create an excellent customer experience. You can help your customers spread the word by putting opportunities to advocate your brand in front of them. Start by asking your customers to leave you an online review. Consider asking your best customers for testimonials or permission to take their experience with you into a case study. You can also create referral programs that incentivizes your customers to pass along messages and offers to their friends. Contests and social media sharing opportunities with prize incentives are also a great way to help them help you. So encouraging customers to leave you a review on Google and interacting with them through your business profile is a great way to start. Your happy customers become advocates for your business through the reviews they leave, which becomes a great way for your new customers to learn about you in a way that they trust. Responding to your reviews in a timely and professional manner shows customers that your business listens to feedback and can positively influence potential customers. You can respond in the search results and in the Google Maps app to respond to any reviews that your company has. Keep your replies short and sweet. You can use it as an opportunity to share more solutions and resources with your customers, or just simply say thank you. You can definitely ask customers to leave you a review. Just avoid offering incentives to do so. Your replies are a simple but powerful way to build loyalty and encourage advocacy. Your customers are not the only ones who can become brand advocates. Employees, partners, and vendors are also great candidates for brand advocacy, even if they aren't actual customers. They are great candidates for brand advocacy because they have intimate knowledge of your brand and can encourage to be advocates for you. Paid influencers and affiliates are another form of advocate as well. Influencers are people who have influence among your target audience, and the content they share is in line with your brand. Influencers are paid to recommend your brand or a specific product, typically through social media. Affiliates are typically people in your industry who have a wide reach or a lot of traffic on their website. Affiliates receive a percentage of a sale they generate through their advocacy. Take the time to identify your advocates and unleash their advocacy powers. So now we've come to the end of the customer journey. As you can see, there is a lot of marketing you need to do to influence the customer journey to ensure your potential customers, one, become aware of you, they consider you fully, they complete a conversion, and become loyal brand advocates. So customer focus marketing for the awareness and consideration phases of the consumer journey starts by defining who your customers are and create a brand that speaks to them. You'll need to get your business online in order for your customers to reach you and research you. Spend time listening to prospective customers and learning about them so you can communicate effectively and deliver valuable content. All of this works to develop a strong relationship with your customers in the hopes they move into the next phase of the journey. In the last two phases of the customer journey, your marketing is focused on converting your customers and turning them into brand loyal advocates. Not all of the people who show initial interest into your brand will move into these phases. So it's important to identify key actions someone in the consideration phase would take that would likely lead them into a conversion. Then you want to identify those customers so you can share timely calls to action that pave the way to a purchase. You'll want to make sure the purchase process is streamlined and easy so you don't lose someone in the process. Once you've landed a customer, keep them happy and satisfied to build their customer loyalty. Implement programs and incentives to sustain their loyalty and encourage their advocacy among everyone you know. You can also create advocacy programs among other people like employees and influencers. Ultimately, their advocacy will lead to more customers entering the awareness phase of the customer journey, keeping the pipeline filled. Thank you so much for attending today's workshop.